final player we brought in, Lorenzo Insigne, the real Lorenzo Insigne, by the way.
Oh, yeah!
Hello and welcome back to another episode as part of Mattov's English Journey, and welcome to the 6th season as part of this series in this year. It's been a very chaotic summer coming into this season. It's going to be our second full season here at Leyton Orient, and there's a lot to get through and discuss off the back of the last season where we had a pretty bad end to the season. You know, we had a really bad run of form, and that didn't help us. And considering we also had a bad finish the season before that, it didn't help us at all in our confidence and stuff like that. It didn't do us many favours, but hopefully this is the season where we finally start to turn it around. There's a new tactic implemented, there's whole new signings, there is loads of things going on. So first thing I'm going to have to show you is obviously the transfers we bought in. The finance is actually one thing that I've been crazy, because we were given for our initial budgets like 60,000-70,000 transfer budget, and then for the wage bill we were given, I think it was exactly the same wage bill as last year. So it was really tough at first, but then the thing with players who leave on contract, they go to non-contracts, and then obviously when we release them, when we don't release them, they get paid. But then when you do release them, they actually don't get paid anymore. So I would have thought if it's non-contract, then they don't get paid. But I never really realised how much of an effect it has. So we released so much money. We have 5,000 left over, and we've already made pretty much all the signings I want. So figuring that out was pretty clever. It's one of those things I need to learn, and now I have. Luckily, it's doing us a lot of favours. So if we go and take a look at the transfers that we have made, first of all, we'll go and look at the released players who have left the club. First up, Thomas, so you probably won't have seen too much of him. He was just a utility centre back. First player out, Mail Digavigny. He was another player who has left. He actually has found another club in Wycombe, and we are going to play them in today's episode as the game for this opening day of the season. He has gone and joined them on the free transfer. We didn't want to give him we were going to give him a lot of playing time when we weren't. It's taking up quite a lot of the wage bill, so we decided to let him go. Max Sanders, another one who's left. I would have liked to have kept him, but yeah, again, it was the same situation as what was happening with Digavigny, so we couldn't offer him that if we weren't going to play him as much as we thought. And then the final player who left, Christian Sadie, was putting in some really good performances for us last year. Exactly the same reason we can't offer him the playing time. And now, I mean, I bet they wish they could accept it, because these boys, I know Digavigny has found another club, which is fair enough for him, but these are the two. Sanders and Sadie have not found clubs for themselves, which probably will be annoying for them going into this new season. A few more have left as well. Aidan Denholm, you probably won't have seen too much of him. He has left on a free transfer to Patrick Dissel there. As you see, Harry Isted, our starting goalkeeper, we would have liked to have kept him. I mean, he's gone to Huddersfield to be a backup goalkeeper. He would have been a backup goalkeeper probably here. He might have even broke into the starting position. You'll probably see what's going on with that in a bit. He has left the club. And then Toby Clements, we got quite a bit of money for him. He did have quite a bit of potential, but 20 years of age and he's not developed amazingly on his loan. For 70,000 we will take that, and he can go to his home country in Australia. I believe that is Wellington Phoenix, if I'm correct. That is in it's in New Zealand actually, so he's going back to his side of the world, and he'll be back there at home. Not exactly at home, but it's a good deal nonetheless to see him out. So time for the transfers who we brought in. At the top of the list, we brought in Jake Clark-Salter. He was the first signing of the summer. He's a new centre back, 30 years of age, quite a lot of experience in the Football League. He's got some good overall attributes, good rating, and yeah, he's going to be a good centre back for us. He can also move over to that left side, and he provides us with a lot of option. He's good on the wage bill, and overall he looks like a decent asset for us. Next player we brought in, it's the Harry Isted replacement in Tommy Setford. We've brought him in from Ajax, so yeah, some good young players they develop from there, and we have brought him in. He's a 185 goalkeeper, Dutch goalkeeper, good overall attributes similar to that of Isted. He's also got the potential to keep developing, and at 22 years of age, you'd think he would, so that's quite exciting. Next player we brought in on loan this time, it's Chukwuemeka. He's coming from Fulham. 5 stars of potential ability, and if he can have a really good season for us, he could develop into that. And come the end of the season, if he can be like that, he could put in some really, really good performances, and he will have put in some good performances to have got there. He's looking like a really, really good player. 16 passing, 17 technique, his composure, decisions, all of that looking really, really good. He is on the bit of the small side, so you'd think he'd just be moving around in those channels with the ball. We'll be playing him in this deep line playmaker role, because when I show you the new tactic in a minute, it's going to be all make sense why he's going to be playing there for us. He's looking like a really good player at 19 years of age. Yeah, if he has a good season, he could even join us at the end. Would be really, really good. Hopefully, he can perform. The next signing, I'm not going to show you just yet. I'm going to show you the one after that. You might have already seen, but the one after that is Kalen Casey. We've brought him in on a permanent. No, we haven't brought him in on a permanent transfer. He is on loan. I thought he might have been permanent. We have the chance to sign him at the end of the loan. Hopefully, we don't have any clauses with any of these loans, which we probably should have got actually, but didn't really think about it. We don't have anyone. Kalen Casey, he is a centre back, 23 years of age, 190 centimeters. Overall, looking like a really, really good centre back. He offers us what we want. He's also played quite a bit in the Football League, so yeah, pretty good overall, solid centre back for us. Next player we've brought in, our replacement right back. We've brought in Hayden Blake on this right side. He is 3 stars of ability already at 20 years of age, with the potential to keep developing, looking like a really good player overall already. He's a really fit player. Bravery is looking really good, as you can see here. The 18 natural fitness, work rate. He is going to be running up and down that right hand side from his wing back role, looking like another really, really good player. Next player, we brought in Andre Brooks. I mean, he's a bit more of a utility player for us. He's taken up quite a bit of the wage bill. Probably not the most logical signing we've made, but we had to bring someone in to kind of fill in these gaps where we need players to come in. He can break into the team if he has some good performances overall, looking like a good player. What we want is when we need that type of utility player, he can play in many different positions. Well, I probably should have considered who else is at the club, because he is now our second most paid player. So we have spent quite a bit on him, but I mean, if we need to bring in players, we need to bring in players. I should have considered it maybe a bit better. And then the final player we brought in, Lorenzo Insigne, the real Lorenzo Insigne, by the way. I mean, I'm the story of how we got him. I'm gonna put that over on my Twitter at Mattov FM. If you want to find out how we got him, it's no intermediary. What's the word? Intermediaries. None of that. We've got him proper, legitimately. He is tied down for the year. And I mean, if you go and see what happens when I explain what happens, absolutely insane how we got him, and the chance of getting him, it's crazy. 37 years of age, the real Lorenzo Insigne, 56 caps for Italy, and he's looking so good. I mean, he says he's 2 stars of ability, but look at this. I think he could literally start for the team. He looks absolutely amazing still. Some of his attributes, I mean, his technique still looking so good. He's still got that flair about him. His physical is where it lets him down, but I think he could break into this team. 2 stars does him no justice at all. What a player we've brought in there. That is going to be so funny. And when I have the chance to sign him, no reason why I'm not going to bring him in. So yeah, we have brought him in, and I mean, he could break into his first team definitely. So the tactic we've gone with a flat gegenpress. I mean, I'm not really a fan of it in itself, but looking at it, it's very similar to the wing back tactic that we do have already or previously. We still have that train, so if we ever need to go back to it, we can. But looking at it, it looks really, really good. It fills in the gaps where I wasn't able to, I didn't really know how to use them, to be honest. Now they are filled in, we'll get used to it a bit more. The familiarity is going up. It looks really, really good. And the thing I did say, about Sang moving up into this anchor role. He is a halfback for us, so it's a bit controversial that, but he could be really decent there. Playing him there, he's defensively minded, but when we're in attack, he can hold this three with Hap and Casey. So I think this could work really, really well, this tactic. It's looking good already. I'm happy with the load of the roles for everyone. It's a lot more structured, and it's looking really, really good. And if I get used to it, we could really be playing well with it. And in pre-season, it's done us some favours. We played against some really, really good teams. I know the scores don't do as well. We finally drawn a game, by the way. I'm just going to show you that one more time. We drew 2 games all of last season, which was absolutely insane. In all competitions that was. So here the results don't do us justice, to be honest. I think we've been playing really, really well. Like if I take this game for example, hopefully this is a good one. Yeah, 64% possession and 1.79 xg. I mean, Sheffield must have just turned up and defended really, really well on the day. I think that's how it is, to be honest, in my opinion, because we've played well. I've seen us play well, and I definitely think it's going to work. And I'm not a fan of these set out tactics, the laid out tactics. I like to be more creative, but if this tactic gets us promoted for this season, the Gegenpress tactic, it's similar to what I played last year, then there's no reason why we don't go out and play it. So we're going to demonstrate it in this first game of the day. We're going away for our first game of the season against Wycombe Wanderers, who sit in last place. Sure, we should be getting a win, but they are last place based on their name. Starting with the W, and hopefully we can go there and get the W. So let's go and see what happens in this first game. Wow, that has been a chaotic summer. So before this game against Wycombe Wanderers, we've had an offer in for Jeffco. I don't know where it's gone now. If I go and take a look in the transfers, we have gone and negotiated it. So around 4 million rising, 2 million initially. We also have a 30% profit clause. So should he move on and become a really, really good player, we would make a lot of money from that, hopefully. 1 million if he makes his 20 league appearances, makes his international debut, we get another 500k, and then 10 league goals gets us another 500k. We probably could have negotiated a bit more, but he wants to move, so we're going to let him out. We could probably sign a good replacement, and we get a lot of money for it as well up front. 2 million, that's a really, really good fee. Probably couldn't have negotiated anymore. We don't want to bring him down in the dressing room too much either. He isn't happy staying here anyway. So fair enough, if he wants to leave, he can leave. So the team for this game against Wycombe away from home starts with Setford in goal. We've got a backline of Scanlon, Hap, Casey and Blake. Sang in his new midfield role. I'm very excited about that. Hopefully he can perform there. We've got Bello and Fole in the midfield. Jeff Cope in his final game probably for the club on the left. Omocherry on the right, and of course Tidis up top. Kick off here in this game against Wycombe Wanderers, a bit of a mistake at the back, but luckily we're going to try and win it back. But it has snuck through in a nice bit of defending there on the line. I think it might have been Dan Hap, Jeffcoat, then dispossessing the attacker, plays it into the path of Bello. But Wycombe coming on the initial attack here, and it's our first demonstration of the Gegenpress strategy on the channel. We need to get some wins under our belt, and hopefully that can come today, because the dressing room atmosphere at the moment is not very good. The boys support me, but they also finding it hard in the dressing room, and whether that's because players want to leave. I know Dan Hap wants to leave, Jeffco wants to leave now. It's all different things to consider, and yeah, hopefully we can get them wins under our belt and get the atmosphere up and build on that going into the start of this season. But it will be Wycombe who will try and come on the attack once again. 15 minutes gone here. Down that left side, we need our new signing Blake to do a bit of defending. He doesn't manage to win it. It'll go into the middle, and the header, big header there from their number 9 to make it 1-0. And we need to demonstrate this gegenpressing tactic a bit more. Try not to drop points here away from home. The board wanted us to avoid relegation again this season, but I'm quite confident in the signings, and if we can go on and play a bit better than we have in the last few seasons, then that would be really, really good. And if we can't do it, then I mean we probably have to consider leaving, because I know we're achieving what the board want, but I kind of want to go out and get those wins, But if we can't do it, then whether that's something in my managing or just the club culture, stuff like that, I'm not sure. Most likely down to my managing, but I mean, if we go to a better club, maybe there's a chance we can do better. And we have been proven already this year to do well in that National League North. We did well, and we also got that playoff finish in the National League. So maybe it's the club, or maybe it's the way I manage, and we've used a similar tactic for all 5 seasons. This year we'll go with the gegenpress. I mean, on paper you'd say I'd use the gegenpress, just I use wing play, but we're using pretty much the same formation with that holding midfielder, which is what I said I wanted to use. And is pretty much the same as the wing play tactic. So hopefully that can work for us and it can deliver what I want to see from this team. But in this opening game, not our best start. I think the new boys and everyone needs to settle a little bit more into this new tactic. But we were 2-0 down here. 20 minutes gone in this game. Once again, Wycombe find themselves on the attack, and we've gone 3-0 down here in 20 minutes. And maybe this poor dressing room atmosphere is it's starting to show a little bit. Not our best start at all to this season, and to get off the mark like this is a bit disappointing. When in pre-season, when we've been playing quite well, very, very disappointing. We need to turn this around in the next games, in the next episode. 38 minutes gone in this game, 4-0 down, and maybe this is just going to be a repeat of last year. It's been so annoying, and yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know, man. I'm not gonna get too ahead of myself because we are one game in, but 4-0 down in 40 minutes. I mean, the goals don't lie. Second half underway. Here we are on the defense once again. We have brought on Lorenzo Insigne, and when we need a goal, I mean, what a player to bring on in pre-season. He's made 3 substitute appearances, probably played about, I don't know, 100 minutes in total. 2 goals already for him, and some of the play he's been doing. I mean, I know it doesn't sound good now when you look on how we're playing here, but some of the plays he's been doing really, really good, and here he is on the ball now. I mean, his pace might let him down a little bit here. He'll probably look to try and release it. Poor ball from him, and it's a story of the game for us today. Not been good at all. Maybe we need to bring in a few more experienced players. You know, Dan Happ is probably the only real experienced player we have on the pitch. Older figure. We have quite a few young guns in this team, and not that that's an issue, but I think it might get to him a little bit more than the older folk, the more experienced folk. Something we need to consider. Augustinus is waiting in the middle there, and he gets a consolation goal, you'd think. But is there a chance to mount a bit of a comeback here in this game? Augustinus getting his first goal of the season, and hopefully this new tactic can set him up a little bit better, help him to play much better and get more goals. I mean, looking at the stats, we have had a lot more possession, which is good to see, and if we can convert this into chances, that would be much better. It's finally our time, hopefully, to go and make a comeback, because I don't know what it is. Whenever we play teams, we just go 4-5 down, 4-5 up. I mean, and then we concede all those goals, and we just lose out in such annoying ways. Luckily, we've managed to get a few of the wins on some occasions, but other times not been good at all the way we've lost. But hopefully this new tactic is going to help us. It's a lot more organised. I mean, it's a flat gegenpress, so you get what you're given. And in the wing play, it was so adapted that it hardly was even a wing play anymore. It was more possession based and than, you know, more creative, and that's a bit of an issue. I know I say possession is key to any tactic, but that was just becoming a whole gegenpress, and that's probably why they say it was. So hopefully this can work wonders for us. Scanlon's going to burst down this side now. He's got Insigne waiting in the box. You probably won't expect him to win his header. Augustinus is waiting in the middle, and now we dare to dream in this game. 40 minutes left, and we've pulled it back to within 2 goals, and could the comeback be properly on now? It's a 2-minute double for Augustinus, and now, is there the chance? Is there? 60 minutes gone in this game. I mean, you praise the boys when they score a goal and they just get so annoyed. It's 5-2 and Tiga Vigny scored, of all people. Why did I praise them, man? They just get so fuming when they get praised. I mean, you've scored a goal. You should be happy that you've pulled it to within 2. I mean, I guess not. Diga Vigny has scored against us on the first game of the season. Should we have kept him? No, we shouldn't. Definitely the right decision to let him go. And we're going to start the season in the relegation by the looks of it. It's 5-2 here in this game. 65 minutes gone in this game. Casey on the ball from centre-back. He plays it across to Sang, who's sitting in a nice position at the moment. I mean, I said before, I'm quite a fan of the 3 at the back. And if he can play like that, but step up into the midfield when we need him to, you see the way the 3 back would work, and it's not worked here at all. Maybe Setford not playing his best game on debut, but hopefully he can turn up. I mean, he is agreed to be a backup, but I did kind of want to play him as a starting goalkeeper. I thought we could maybe find an elite goalkeeper, but apparently not. It's very tough to find good goalkeepers, but if he could develop, could become a good player. 70 minutes gone in this game here, and 5-2 down. Might have the chance to pull it back to 5-3. That ball goes in there. If Augustinus is on for his hat-trick, he has the header. It's hit the crossbar. Thought that might have been well over, but apparently not. foul there will come and give this ball chase now. He's probably going to drop out of contention a little bit more this season over ahead of Dudziak and Bello, who hopefully them two can have a really, really good season. As I say, a lot of young boys who have the potential to develop, and hopefully they can. 80 minutes in this game, and I'll be happy to see the back of it. Going into the next game, hopefully we can improve home game. We've got a Carabao Cup game before that, and it's all just about getting a few wins under our belt and going into the games after that improving. And I mean, it's also a case of, you know, building up that momentum, and off the back of a disappointing last season, you'd say a lot of the boys getting annoyed. It's just it's a case of building that up. This player, Hanlan, number 9 for Wycombe, he's got his 4th goal off this game. Not been our best performance by any stretch of the imagination. Full time here in this game against Wycombe, not a bad. I mean, it has been a bad performance, but we've played okay in spells. I mean, 2 goals for us. We just haven't been able to defend at all, and maybe then we need that time to settle into the tactic. But I definitely see the potential in it, and hopefully we can build up some momentum going into the next few games in the next episode. So once again, thank you for watching. If you did enjoy that video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'll leave you with a tune, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you. Bye bye.